Well, looks like the croc consumed to the dogs.
Yeah, they did.
Jeez. They murdered that thing. They didn't survive. Well, are we on the air?
So yeah, we are. We are actually on the
That's-
air right
all right,
now.
all right.
Let me go ahead and.
We
just
are
kick
now
us off.
in the operations room of the Watchmen podcast. Joined today is me, Tommy Gunn, along with Austin and Pastor DJ, and we're here about to bring it raw, about to bring it hard. And,
Yes.
You might want to remove the children, remove the wives, remove the dogs, the chipmunks, and the squirrels, because it's about to get murderous up in here. It's going to be like
It is
Jason Voorhees coming up in here with this topic.
Yes,
We're going to murder it, and it's going to be dangerous. And people are going to get offended, and then they're going to mix that offended up because it's actually conviction, because they're feeling like crap about something they did or said to somebody. But it's all good. It's all good.
That's right. It is all good. Hey, look.
About to be murdered.
We gonna murk some people up in this place today.
Swiss cheese, 9mm. Straight up. Making bullet holes right here.
I love it. Swiss cheese it up, buddy. Swiss cheesing it up. Hey,
Yep.
look.
Yep.
Everybody, yes, this is the Watchmen podcast. Welcome, everybody. All the men, as Tommy had already alluded to, please make sure your children and women are out of the place because we are getting raw today. There are so many things that we have been facing as men, and we're going to talk about them. And as everybody knows, we talked about, me and Tommy did last week, and we haven't been here on a regular basis, but you're going to start seeing us more and more, coming more and more strong. The Watchmen are strong, and we're going to show the world why we are called the Watchmen, because we want you guys to see what we see on a regular basis. So let me pray, and then we're going to get into this. Dear gracious Heavenly Father, thank you for this day. Thank you for this time. Thank you for allowing us to come together with you as far as being men and talking about these problems, Lord. Let us be guided by you, and let us be able to be directed by the things you want us to talk about, Lord. But let us most of all grow as men and grow as a community. In Jesus' mighty name, amen. Amen. So, I am heated. I am so freaking heated. When I say heated, I am more than heated. I have no idea what the flip is wrong with our country. Okay? And I ain't talking about Democrat, I ain't talking about Republican. I'm talking about the general census of the freaking country we live in. Why do we have such a problem? Why do we have such an addiction problem? As that's what we're going to talk about today. We're going to talk about addiction. Okay? And how does that, what do you mean by addiction? We are addicted to killing babies.
Yeah.
We have truly an addiction of killing babies. And people are not going to like to hear that. But look, we have a problem when we want to take, here it is. I want y'all to understand this. And I'm going to play this video real quick here in just a moment. But think about this for a moment. If I come to either one of you and I said, hey, look, guys, I like to do cocaine. But you know what? The government says I can't do it. So I'm going to go, because I want to do it so bad, I'm going to go build a ship so we can all go do cocaine together. What are y'all going to tell me?
That's stupid.
Right. I got some kind of problem, right?
Yeah,
like, there is something literally wrong with you. Like, why do you feel like you need to build a boat to go do cocaine? There's literally a bigger problem, right?
Yeah, oh yeah, absolutely.
So why is it that our country wants to build a boat to where we can take and have our abortions out in the middle of the ocean?
Are you serious?
Yes.
I see. I never saw that. Y'all are retarded. Whoever's doing this,
right?
It's
not like a governor of a state. It's literally the federal government wants to take one of those old retired aircraft carriers and making a floating abortion clinic.
Wow. Well, I mean, I guess now we're going to build the USS Tampon and send it out there. But I mean, hell, like, this is what I'm saying is these people that do these things and that are a part of these things and you just you take common sense and twist it so far around to where you don't even make sense yourself when you're talking about this stuff. You are the people, like, if it was back in the day, like movie 300, they would have just thrown you. They'd be like, well, this person's weak, get rid of them. That's it. Be thrown off into the like the amount of people that have these issues and they're just plain stupid. I don't know. Like, okay, but like, and then we're gonna have the audacity to really care about school shootings when you're killing kids anyways. So the argument is stupid. And then as well as you want to argue that, a cluster of cells in the womb is not life, but a microorganism on Mars is life on Mars. I mean, just so stupid, man.
Well, I'll tell you, and BJ, I was telling BJ earlier, the biggest thing is people just not getting their way.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
Well, and also on top of that is it's the removal of responsibility. I get it because, and you were there way back in the day as well, that when you graduated high school, right, you had that summer, and you may have had about a year time period that either 8 months or 6 months, maybe even up to a year, where you were like free, where maybe you had a job. That was like the only responsibility, but other than that, you were hanging out with friends. You're going and doing this. You're going to the gym. You guys, whatever. We're hanging out at Taco Bell. Whatever it may be, and there's like a very low responsibility in that time frame, and it's very freeing. Yeah, you're almost very, very free because you're out of school. That's not unless you're going into a college. That's why I say you got that 6 months, and it's very freeing. And I remember it, and I miss those days. I actually do. I sometimes miss it because it's the lack of responsibility. But however, as you got to be a man. And nut up or shut up and take on the world, be a monster. But that I think that's where a lot of that's coming from. It's the removal of responsibility. So you want to mess around, you want to go have your fun, you want to go do this. That's great. Well, when you get pregnant, now they just want a way out because, well, I don't want to give that up. So
a lot of them want to play the blame game too.
Yeah.
They want to blame somebody else. I mean, we take it all the way back to Genesis.
Oh, yeah.
Right, DJ?
That's right.
We play the blame game. We want to blame somebody else for our problems. Like, no, you're just being held accountable for your actions. And people,
Yeah.
They don't want to hear it.
They don't want to hear it. All right, so I'm going to play this video, and y'all tell me what you think about it, all right?
All right, send it.
All right, so everybody out there, y'all can see this video. I'm going to play it for you, and y'all tell me what you think, all right?
All righty.
Floating abortion clinic. Take a look at this. This is a news headline happening right now. There's a doctor in California that's proposing of having a boat floating in the Gulf of Mexico, and on that boat would be doctors who would perform abortions. He is doing this, or wants to do this, as a way to get around the law of several southern states. This way, he says, it would be legal to do this. Now, it's not a sure thing yet. It's something that he is discussing. This California doctor proposing a floating abortion clinic in the Gulf of Mexico as a way to maintain access for people in southern states. I want to know what you think about this. Do you agree with this? Go ahead, follow me right over there on TikTok. I'll bring you breaking news as I get it and give you news with no bias and no narrative. Follow me here on TikTok. This is the news.
Wow.
What do you think?
I think that's absolutely stupid, and and then you'll have guys like us that will stand firm no matter what because we don't care.
Right.
I don't care. I don't care.
I don't care anymore.
And no, not at all. So, but then you have, and it's sad because this is where this is 100% where it's flipped. It's because then you have guys that want to be like, I don't know, male feminists and shit.
Right.
And it's like,
right.
Those are the biggest bitches that I've ever seen. 100%.
So look. Austin said something to me earlier today.
Yeah.
Austin said something about, what was it that you were saying, Austin, about the men were even standing up for it or something like that?
Yeah.
That there were even men that were trying to stand up for this type of stuff. Yeah, for feminism. Yeah.
They're not equal to us. Like, they never will be equal to us. I'm sorry. Like, they never will.
No.
Yeah.
And then see, like right now, we're talking about this because this is completely crazy. This is psychotic to want to sit here and say, "Oh, well, we're going to put a boat out in the middle of the ocean so people can go get their abortions." What is wrong with our country? I know what's wrong with it. We forgot who God was.
Oh, absolutely.
That's the way it was. It's beautiful that earlier in Jesus and Jeans, Wanda was talking about the wickedness of the world and how this ties in. wickedness and evil. Like, this is evil. Like, I don't care what anybody says. When you want to propose to go kill somebody off just so you can go do it.
Yeah.
Like, it blows my mind. Like, where's the men? Well, Well, first off, here's the men.
Yeah.
In right here, we're the men, and we're bringing it to the attention of the people right now that we need to open up our eyes to what's going on in front of us, because if not, we already know that the end times is coming.
It is.
But we don't want to suffer the wrath before then, right?
Yeah.
Well, the wrath of judgment's going to come upon this nation if we don't open up our freaking eyes and start seeing that we're literally sacrificing our babies to a god, whatever god that may be.
Oh, it's satanic. Yeah. 100%.
It is 100%
It's
satanic.
demonic, satanic, and the thing is, it's like you got something's gonna break. I mean, you look at like Sodom and Gomorrah, like that's 100% nowadays United States, 100%. Like even other Eastern countries, right, over in other continents, they're more traditional and still have like we talked. I forget his name. Remember we had that
Matthew.
Yeah, I think that was him. But he was in a whole other country, and he said that it's like night and day difference between the United States and wherever he was at, and I forget. But that's
Cambodia.
Yeah.
Yep.
So that's like just to show you something's going to break. Something will snap, and it's coming.
It has to.
It has to. It can only bend so far, and that thing will break. So.
Funny though, like, because that's abortion. It is child sacrifice. It is, but isn't it funny how Satan has to copy God? You ever thought about that? Because like back then in the Old Testament, they had to, have sacrificial offerings.
Right.
Satan does the same exact thing.
Right.
But it's more evil and twisted. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Like, where do we think that this is good? Like, I don't understand, and we're not going to understand, and that's fine.
No.
We're not going to understand that because we're on a playing field of God. We're on that battlefield, and so it doesn't make any sense. So that's why we're telling you guys, pay attention, look around. As the Watchmen, we want you to be aware that these people are thinking of nefarious, evil things that are going to bring judgment upon our world. We have women out there going that they should have women's rights protected. Well, what women's rights? Trans women's, women's,
you can't even identify what a woman is.
What is a woman?
Yeah.
They don't even know what a woman is anymore.
Yeah.
I mean,
that's what I'm saying, is that their friggin' logic is so backwards and so hypocritical and ironic, and it goes double standards and contradictory all the way around. Every single one of those words together in everything they try to explain and bring to the table, to where you don't even have an argument because you're too retarded to come up with anything that's logical. And you're building it off of emotion.
It's straight up emotion.
Straight up.
And look, here's the even crazier thing. Is that if I was a woman, and you've heard me say this before, if I was a woman, I would be pissed right now.
You should be. Absolutely.
I would be 100% mad, because guess what? All three of us could stand up today and say that we are transgender men or trans women, right? And they would celebrate us today, would they not?
Oh, yeah.
They would celebrate us.
We'd have a parade outside.
And they would have a parade. And then, look, we could go into these jobs, and all these women in power, we can say, oh, no, you're discriminating against me. I'm a woman. How dare you not give me those positions? And as three men, we could go in there and start taking women's jobs. We can start going out here. Just like, what's that dude's name? William Lilly Thomas person who the swimmer was, whatever.
Yeah.
Did he not take over women's sport?
They did. He
did. He did. And that's the.
I'm tripping up over here to see. Oh my gosh.
His name is Willie. That's pretty bad.
Yeah, Willie. Like, he took over women's sports.
That's a foreshadow right there, brother.
And look, he took over that women's sports.
Yeah.
And they celebrated that. What is the heck wrong with our country, where we want to stand up and say we want women's productive rights, but yet we don't even know what a woman is, and yet we stand in front of Congress, and we have. I want to show you this other video.
All right.
Where a woman is where a woman is telling Jason Holly about transphobia, and they're asking about these things. I'm going to play this video real quick. But look, here at the end of the day, we have a sick problem when women aren't standing up for what really feminism is. They're just been like, they're bending over backwards to give up what they even fought for.
Yep.
They literally fall into their own demise.
What?
And this goes even deeper than just the womb. So it's like you have
You use it for
there, sound it.
Trying the lotus mat for the first time.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Oh no, if you're good to, something about lotus, but yeah, I mean if you got it up and running, yeah, that's fine. Go ahead. Yeah. Well, all right. Well, this is what I was going to say. It goes even deeper than the womb. So we have a problem of like killing kids and abortion, but then at the same time, there's systems that are dark that are in place, like the child trafficking. That's something else. I get. So it goes even deeper, a deeper rooted evil than just the abortions. Like beyond that, like kids that are already grown and then get abducted, that are in child trafficking. I would like to get a whole militia and be able to have the intelligence and the technology, and you could hunt down these people and just kill them all that do that stuff, because they don't deserve to live, especially when you're dealing with children that are completely innocent. They don't know any better, and then they get either abducted or whatever, trafficked, and all those people and anyone connected to it should all be just removed and killed, 100%. That's how I firmly believe. So, because... you get what I'm saying? That so it's beyond both ways. So there's evil with the addiction of let's go abort everything, but then at the same time, there are things going on in the world where it's innocent children either being used as cash crops or sold into child slavery, whatever it is. It goes on. It's just not going to be mainstreamed because it probably is with higher up people as well, and if you could just get like a John Wick and go eliminate all of them, but yeah, like a bounty hunter, John Wick, the other guy, the black guy from the movie, what was it? Denzel, Equalizer, 100%. Boondock Saints.
Boondock Saints, buddy.
That's what I'm saying.
I have watched that and been like, hey, why can't we do some stuff like that?
That's what I would love to do, 100%.
I would love to do that.
I would
Put
love to.
two coins over their eyes and everything.
Like, just, yeah. Because you're taking, to me, it's like, that's a righteous cause. That's when it's like a warrior. Like, because you're taking out evil. You know that's evil, especially to innocent children like that. Yeah, I'll get pissed off. So
look. So this is Senator Josh Hawley talking to a female, right?
Okay.
And they're talking about pregnancies and things like this, about women's reproductive rights.
I think I've seen this. Maybe.
Okay. I want y'all to guys just listen to it. Okay.
Send it.
Listen to it out there, guys.
The capacity for pregnancy. Would that be women?
Yeah, I've seen this.
Many women, cis women, have the capacity for pregnancy. Many cis women do not have the capacity for pregnancy. There are also trans men who are capable of pregnancy, as well as non-binary people who are capable of pregnancy.
All right, I got to stop right there.
So this isn't really a women's...
I got to stop right there. Did you hear what she said?
Yeah.
Trans men. Okay, I'm going to keep playing.
Rights issue.
We can recognize that this impacts women while also recognizing that it impacts other groups. Those things are not mutually exclusive, Senator Hawley.
Oh, so your view is that the core of this right then is about what?
So I want to recognize that your line of questioning is transphobic, and it opens up trans people to violence by not recognizing that.
Wow, you're saying that I'm opening up people to violence by asking whether or not women are the folks who can have pregnancies?
So I want to note that 1 out of 5 transgender persons have attempted suicide. So I think it's important
because of my line of questioning? So we can't talk about it?
Because denying that trans people exist and pretending not to know that they exist
I'm denying that trans people exist by asking you if you're talking about women having pregnancies?
Do you believe that men can get pregnant?
No, I don't think women can get
So you are
pregnant.
denying that trans people exist?
And that leads to violence? Is this how you run your classroom? Are students allowed to question you?
Absolutely.
Or are they also treated like this, where
No,
they're
they're
told
allowed
that
to
they're
question.
opening up people to violence?
We have a good
by
time in my
questioning?
class. You should join.
Oh, I bet.
You might learn a lot.
Wow, I would learn a lot. I've learned a lot just in this exchange.
Absolutely.
Extraordinary.
Yep.
You've referred to...
I love that dude. Yeah,
I love Josh Hawley, but listen to what
awesome.
this woman is so condescending to this to the senator.
She's just stupid.
All right, I say that because there's not even any respect left into our halls of Congress where people can just come in and lie and not have no fortitude of what is right and wrong.
Yeah.
Josh Hawley was perfect in this.
Oh yeah, he was.
He was perfect. He was asking this lady, why do we need to have abortion rights for women? And they're not even talking about it as a woman. They're talking about trans men and all this other stuff. And he's simply asking, well, how is this a woman's right when you're putting all this other stuff in there?
Yeah.
And she can't even answer the question.
Yeah. Ignorance.
It's everything off emotion.
That's all she did. Did you hear everything that she said was all emotional. It was no facts whatsoever. Oh, well, you're transphobic. And I like what he said. Well, I cause violence because I asked you a question? Like, really? Like, I create transphobic...
I'll tell you though, like everything she was saying didn't make any sense.
No, not at all.
Like, you were literally like talking out of both sides of your ears.
And the sad thing is, these particular people are teachers and professors in universities and schools and colleges. That shit needs to end.
Exactly.
That right there. Like, might as well go blue collar and forget all this other stuff because you're entering homeschool because this is all this is indoctrination of what makes you feel good. And I don't know how we got off onto this like butterfly, periwinkle, flattery, eat a jar of cookies, BS, feel good crap. Like it's so like, and it start at the university. That's where you see it is in the schools, and then it goes through.
And look, what she was saying is she didn't even know how to answer the question that she was talking about. All she wanted to do was get her emotional feelings across. Like, you're transphobic. Like, you don't stick up for trans person. And she said, and she simply think that you don't think men can get pregnant. No, men can't get pregnant. Men cannot get pregnant. I'm sorry, everybody out there. If this hurts your feelings, well,
Ain't no sorry about it.
Right. Well, he's always held me accountable to that.
Send it.
He's always held me accountable to that. There is no I'm sorry to that. But look, men cannot get pregnant.
No.
Where did we come up with this idea? Men can get pregnant. Let's have floating killing baby machines, and let's let our women be bowed out to men. Where did we come up with this? Why is it, where do we got to get some sense into our people? And I think it's what you said. If somebody went out there vigilante style, we'd be opening up some eyes, wouldn't we?
Yeah, absolutely.
We're not going to go out there vigilante style.
I would want to, but
it's not what we do. However, I understand and respect that because look, at the end of the day, where do we as men start standing up for this? Like, where do we start? Like Josh Hawley, he said he tried to stand up. And I'm not saying he did a bad job or a good job.
Did good.
I think he did a great job right there. But where do we start standing up out here in this world? Everything's not going to be fixed in Congress and politics and stuff like that. That's not where it's going to get fixed. Where it's going to get fixed is right here, like where we do take our kids out of these public schools. And she was talking about this is what she teaches them in a classroom.
Yeah,
like come on, where did we come up?
Like I said, that's where a lot of, and then it creates more. It generates more of these same like-minded people that are coming from these universities and stuff. So it's indoctrination all the way through, 100%. But yeah, it's bad.
Like Austin, let me ask you a question. Like, why do we think that it's okay to mess with God's creation? Why do we think that we have the power? Why do we think we have the authority to mess with God's creation?
Yeah.
We don't, do we?
No.
Here's the thing, okay, well, like, there's something else that was brought up in that video, okay, because, like, with the gay and, you know, transgender, all that, like, 1 out of 5 are committing suicide right now, so apparently they're not happy.
What?
Okay?
Oh.
So it's like, you want me to accept you for who you are, you can't even accept yourself. I mean, I do feel sorry, you know, because it's here, it's a mental thing, it's a sickness, you know, it's confusing, and that's all it is. But I think that raises a bigger question to me. It's like, okay, well, you're not happy, so, but you want me to accept you, okay? But like everything you're saying don't make any sense to me at all.
And that right there.
Like, you just weren't loved as a kid, like, well, love, that's a big word right there.
Yeah.
Because a lot of people are not shown love, so they don't know how to love. So
There you go.
Yeah. And a lot of that, like, if it is, when it comes down to being classified as mental illness and stuff like that, like I said, years ago, and probably in some societies, in some nations of the world, they would see that, oh, this kid's deformed, this kid's mental. They just slaughter you, get rid of it, to purify the race, to purify the nation, to only want the strongest men and the most fertile women, and that's it. So when we have these systems of just, pop them out as soon as, and it's funny because I heard something, and I don't know who it was, maybe it was y'all or something like that, or I don't know, maybe it was Drew that was showing it, but it was like, if they continue the abortions, then it's going to eliminate more mental people, and then these 46,000 gendered type people will just self-eliminate themselves because of all the abortions and stuff.
And I'm sorry well, I'm not sorry. I'm sorry. I'm not sorry. But 2 dudes cannot produce a kid, and 2 chicks cannot produce a kid. I do not care what anybody says. That is just pure scientific biological science.
Yeah.
There's nothing around it.
Oh, yeah.
You have to have a sperm and you have to have an egg. And the sperm comes from the male, and the egg comes from the female. It does not matter. I don't care how you twist it, flip it, rub it down. It's still, that's exactly how we create life.
Yeah. And, you know, it was weird because I've been, either last week, maybe it was the week before, I've been to 2 houses. Like, I went to this one house, one customer's house, and go up in there, and then I see it's 2 women. I'm like, okay, whatever. I don't know if this is like her sister or something, grandma, mom, hell, I don't know. So I get, and then when we started talking, she said, "Yeah, my wife over there." I'm like, "Huh? What? Who? What? Hello? This? What happened?" And so I was thrown off by that, but I'm Stone Cold Steve Austin, Thomas Shelby face didn't affect me. But then she was like, "Yeah, our son." I'm like, "Wait a minute, how did that happen? Wait, whoa. Wait, what?" And so, supposedly they did some sort of like, what do they call that? Implant, insemination or whatever?
Artificial insemination.
Yeah. So they did that and I guess grew this kid. I don't know, hell. But I'm like, all right. I'm just here to do electrical. I'll put up this whatever I was there for. But, yeah, I mean, you see it. I've run across it. It's out there. It's happening. It's crazy.
What I don't get, what I don't get is that here's the thing. When we have 2 men or 2 women trying to raise a child, you're going to make that child extremely gay.
Yeah.
You were going to make that child extremely gay.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
It won't be
100%.
a choice. It won't have no choice. It will just grow up thinking that it's okay to be gay.
Yeah.
And it's not. Okay?
Yeah.
And I know people are going to be like, oh, well, you're a bigot because you don't accept gay people. I don't care whether you're gay or not. I really don't. Yeah. But there's still a science where it's not right.
Yeah.
Tommy, you said it's unnatural. Tommy, you said it, okay? I was talking to somebody the other day. Who was I talking to? I don't remember, but anyways, we don't have a rite of passage anymore. Okay?
Yeah.
Do y'all remember the movie Sparta?
Yeah.
All right. So I always go back to when we talk about the Watchmen because we are Sparta. We are strong, right? But what did we notice back in that movie? That the ones that was not pure and that could not fulfill the rite of passage, what did they do with those kids? Eliminated them. Now, I am not saying that we should eliminate them. I think we should go do what the Indians used to do, what they used to do back in the old times, Babylonian times. We should probably make them eunuchs. Because we would be defeating the purpose by saying, down with abortion clinics, let's kill the babies that are not the strongest.
He's dead.
Do what?
I was thinking about that.
Do what?
Yeah, just talking about eunuchs and stuff.
It was
that were not worthy of it.
Yeah.
Like, he's a eunuch. He's dead.
No, have you seen History of the World?
No, it is.
Yeah.
With Mel Gibson, or is it Mel Gibson?
Mel
Or
Brooks.
Mel Brooks.
Yeah.
Mel Brooks. Yeah. Anyway.
So I think we should have some type of way for us. I'm not going to say good seed, but I'm going to say that we should, as men, have some type of rite of passage to where we do have the strong seed more producing than just some seed.
Yeah.
You guys know how I feel. Protect your seed. Men, protect your seed. Don't just give it to some woman because.
Hey, DJ, I just wanted to bring this up.
Yeah, go ahead.
Just men, 'cause, I mean, we're all men, but we're all.
This is what the Watchmen's
you know what I'm
about.
saying?